Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Brian Hitney. I'm a solution architect at Microsoft focused on data and analytics. I'm joined today by my colleague Pardeep, who is also a solution architect focused on data and analytics. And today's session is all about specialization and what it is and how to get started, and specifically around the analytics specialization. So, Pardeep, do you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit more about today's topic?
Yeah, sure. Hi, thanks, Brian. Hi, everyone. This is Pardeep Singla. I'm a partner solution architect with the global partner solution team of Microsoft. I'm also more focused on data and AI. So yeah, today's topic is about giving all our partners better idea what is Azure specialization and how they can achieve it, get it. So yes, Brian, we can go ahead and talk more about it.
Yeah, great. So why don't we start with, I've got a whole bunch of questions here because we get a lot of frequently asked questions. So we're going to go through this, go through my list of questions here, and hopefully get to answer any questions that someone might have about the specialization process, and particularly how it applies to our partners. So why don't we start with specialization, and can you tell us a little bit about what the specialization is all about?
Yeah, so specialization is an extensive validations of partners' capabilities to deliver high fidelity services in a specific solution area. Azure specializations are like customer-facing labels displayed on a partner's business profile. So they are used in our customer referral engine to allow partners to showcase their capabilities in a specific solution area. So to earn a specialization, a partner often must meet set of requirements, including customer references, undergoing a third-party audit every other year, proving their attainment of a relevant skill set, and meet certain performance measurements. So let me go through the specialization page. It will give a very good idea what all the specializations are available on the Microsoft end. So if you go to this link, and so as this is more data and AI focused, you can see all the specializations available on the data and AI side. And to this, we are focusing more on analytics on Microsoft Azure. Once you will click on it, it will tell you what is this specialization is about and how do partners can apply for it. So these are the all the requirement that you must have an active solution partner for a data and AI designation, and under the performance you must have an ACR at least of three k in the last 3 months. And similarly, what are the knowledge skills they are looking for to achieve this specialization, and then the audit process. Once you click on the audit checklist, it has all the details of what are the expectations from the auditors, like what are the evidence you have to show to the auditors.
Okay, great. So, what is the benefit to partners by getting their specialization?
So the partners who meet the comprehensive requirements to earn an Azure specialization, they receive like a customer facing label they can display on their business profile in like Microsoft App Source partner gallery. In App Source, access to specific Microsoft go-to-market program, and they also like prioritized in customer searches to help drive new business. The partner can also generate a certified letter from Microsoft that verify their Azure specialization, which they have earned. For these reasons, this opportunity is available only to partners that meet like additional stringent requirements.
Okay, great. How can partners apply for it, and who conducts the audit?
Yeah, and generally the audit is conducted behalf of Microsoft by an independent third-party auditor appointed by Microsoft. The auditor is Information Security System International (ISSI). Only MPN account or a global administrator of an organization, Microsoft partner account can submit an application for the Azure specialization on behalf of the organization. Partners like with the appropriate role and X permission can apply. Partners to do so, they have to sign into their partner center account, like in the left panel. And, under the Azure, they can select the particular specialization which they want to apply for. So they just have to go to their partner center account, and under the specialization panel, they can apply for it.
So let's talk a little bit about roles. So what's the role of the partner in the audit process? And also, what's the role of the auditor in the audit process?
So if we look at the role of the auditor reviews submitted evidence and objectively assess whether the evidence provided by the partner satisfied the audit checklist requirements. I will talk about more on, further like on the what is audit checklist. The auditor selects and evaluates evidence based on the sample of the information available from like live systems. The appropriate use of such sampling is closely related to the confidence that can be placed in the audit conclusion. All
Okay,
like all ISSI auditors are under a NDA with Microsoft. Auditors will also comply with the request from partners to sign a direct NDA. So that is the part role of the auditor. And if you look at the role of the partner must provide like objective evidence that satisfy the auditor for all checklist items. So it is a responsibility of the partners to have reviewed all the checklist items prior to the date, to have like collect all necessary document, and to have ensured that the right subject matter experts are available in the auditor meeting to discuss more and show system as appropriate. So yeah, those are the responsibilities of the partner as well as the responsibilities of the auditor.
great. Well, what about the role of Microsoft in the audit process?
So for the partners that have an assigned partner development manager, the PDM is responsible for ensuring that the partner fully understand the requirements prior to applying for the audit. And the partner development manager may attend the optional consulting engagements that ISSI offers, but the PDM or other Microsoft full-time employees may not attend the audit.
And let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the pricing. And do you have information on the pricing schedule for the audit?
Yeah, for all these specialization, generally they are divided into two modules, Module A and Module B. And Module A is more focused on like a cloud adoption framework, and Module B is more focused on the technical requirements, where it is more focused on the well architecture framework. So partners can go only for Module A, or they can go for both. So the audit fee for module A or module B standalone is $2,000. If they go both together, plus module A plus module B, the fee is around $3,000. The fee is paid to the third party independent auditor. The audit fee must be paid in full before the audit is completed.
Okay, how long does the actual audit process take? And who should be present or available during the audit process?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. The remote audit will be either a half day or a full day process based on the scope of the module being audited. Module A is generally 4 hours, and module A plus B is generally 8 hours to complete. However, significant preparation is required to be audit ready. We recommend that you read the whole audit checklist thoroughly to streamline your preparation. Consider the consulting and audit preparation overview offered by ISSI.
Okay. And can a partner have more than one Azure specialization?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, if you qualify, you can earn as many Azure specialization as you choose. Earning additional Azure specialization will increase your visibility to the customers in the Partner Finder tool.
Now, how is the audit itself scored or measured?
So the partner score for the audit checklist is based on the checklist controls. To pass the audits, partner must complete all sections in each control area. They must provide adequate evidence to demonstrate their like existence, effectiveness, and efficiency of their process, policies, procedures, and tooling against each checklist item.
And what happens if a partner doesn't pass the audit outright?
Okay, at the conclusion of the audit process, the auditor will issue a final report to the partner and notify Microsoft of the pass or no pass result. A pass result satisfies the audit requirement for this Azure specialization for 2 years. A no pass result is generated when a partner fails or withdraw from the audit.
Okay. And assuming they pass, then how long do partners keep their Azure specialization?
Yes, the partner must meet the specialization requirement each year. The renewal process is triggered based on the anniversary date of your current specialization. So if you want to get like more idea how the whole renewal process works, it has a very good description in the audit checklist document. I will go through that, then you will have more better idea.
So we'll get into some details here in just a second on the walking through the checklist. But another question that I've got first is, so for partners working with customers, how do how do the customers know that the partner has a certain Azure specialization?
So as I mentioned in the Partner Finder tool, on your business profile, you will get a label from the Microsoft side, which shows that you have a particular Azure specialization. So that's how your customer can find out like whether you're specialized in a particular area or not.
All right, that's great information. Can you walk us through the required checklist for both Module A and Module B?
Yes, sure. If you go to this link, it will show you the requirements for the analytics on Azure specialization. So if you go down under the audit tab, when you click on the audit checklist, it will open one PDF for you. It has all the details for the whole audit checklist. So let me go through the high level overview of the audit process. So the first step is the review, where the partner will go through all the specialization requirements, and you will meet the prerequisite for the specialization, and the partner will apply for it. And then the um, partner has to make that sure that they are validating all the requirements, and then the Microsoft will confirm that that partner meets all the requirement, and then the Microsoft will confirm the third party audit company that partner is eligible for the audit. Then the third party auditors, they will schedule the meeting with the with the partners. So within the 30 days, then they have to conduct the audit. And if the auditors will feel like they have some gaps, they find out that they need more evidence from the partners, they will let that partner knows, and partner has to fulfill all those gaps within 2 days, business days. And based on like the gap report provided by the partners, then within 2 business days after receiving the gap report, partner will acknowledge for the receipt of the gap report, and then they will schedule a gap review meeting with the partner. And then the partners will take the immediate decision based on that, whether the partner uh, get the specialization or not. So they will issue the final report and will notify the partner within 2 business days. So that is like the overall process. Now, within the same the PDF documentation, I don't want to scroll a lot. So I just want to go through like what are the requirements for module and module B. As I mentioned, there are 2 modules, right? So module is more focused on the cloud foundation, and module B is more focused on the well architecture framework. So in the module A, what auditors are looking for, that how you are, what is your strategy to find out the customer business requirements, how you do the skills planning with them, and how you make sure that partner Azure landing zone is ready or not, how you do the data governance part. So that is come under the module A, and on the module B, it is more focused on after gathering the requirements from the customer. You are going for the architecture design phase, you are going for the POC, and how you are doing the delivery, and how you are doing the validation testing, what is your procedure after the post deployments. So that comes under module B. So like if you go through module A, like it has like very detailed requirement checklist. Like under the module A, the first phase come is the strategy. Under the strategy, that partner must have a process that captured like data-driven business strategies being used to guide customer decisions. So similarly, so they have the required evidence. If you have any report or documentation that capture like strategic inputs and decisions, so you have to show at least 2 customers case studies within the last 12 months to show that you have a great command on the strategy part. Similarly, on the planning, like the partner must have a consistent approach to planning for cloud adoption. So end of the day, it is not about what you did, it is all about how you did. That's what auditor is gonna look for. So similarly, so in the planning phase, you can see all these requirements, how you are doing the planning for scaling, how you are making sure that customer has enough skilled people to do the to take care of the analytics, like moving from on-premise to cloud. And once they are on cloud, they should be enough skilled to perform further operations. Similarly, they have the they will help you to like how partner is bringing the customer from on-premise to cloud, setting up their landing zone. So yeah, so all these requirements are very well documented. Similarly, for module B, right? Once you gather the requirement, the customer business needs, and the application landscape, and then it has the all, so you can see they have all the requirement phase related evidence which they need. Similarly, for the design and proof of concept phase, um, how you are designing the solution, um, that is already properly required checklist is provided here. And similarly, after the required checklist, whether you went through the well architecture review, right? So similarly, POC, they have to provide the POC and pilot, which show that what the scope you have decided, like to make sure that POC fulfill that, you have to show that. If you have any consistent approach for the POC, they will happy to look at that. And in the evidence, you can see they clearly mention that for the analytics specific, you should use at least these products, like one Azure Synapse Analytics and one of the following services. So you have to show at least one customer for the POC purpose. Similarly, in the deployment, they are expecting these services should be there when you are doing the deployment. And then as I mentioned, then how you partners should have the robust methodologies for transitioning the analytics workload, in which they're gonna show that how they are validating deployment, what are the testing methods they are using for the validation, and similarly in the post-deployment documentation.
Great.
Yeah, document has a pretty good detail to give them a better idea what are the expectations of the auditors.
Okay, thank you, Pardeep. That's really helpful and great information to have. In fact, we're going to put links to the CAF and WAF framework since they're so tightly intertwined with Module A and Module B. So we'll have those links in the description. And for partners that are watching this, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Or, of course, reach out to your PTS or PDM for clarification on something. Pardeep, any closing thoughts or upcoming sessions that we might do that someone can look forward to?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm sure like partners will have more questions even after going through this Q&A session. We are planning to have the webinar in the coming quarter, mostly in January month. So please definitely join those sessions. Your PDM or PTS will share with you, and then we can like go through more of your questions if you will have more.
Great. Okay, so that'll be coming up in January 2024, roughly, is what we're planning on right now. So depending on when you're watching this, and if you are watching this after we've already had those sessions and you're still looking for more information, of course, just leave us a comment below, or as we mentioned already, reach out to your PTS or PDM for more information. But Pardeep, thank you for taking the time. This is great information. I learned a lot because I'm not all that familiar with the specialization process. So I really appreciate you going through all the information today. Thank you. And thanks everybody for watching today's information session on the specialization process. We hope we were able to answer your question, and we'll see you in a future episode. Thank you.
Thank you.